Yeah, good evening all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not? Yes. Fine. And thank you. So was introduced in the year 1989. Why all of a sudden Python has got a great boom? Reasons which makes it super popular, right? Yes. Python has got a, hmm, Python has reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? Or reasons which makes suddenly super popular. Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. First thing is very less code. So Python has Python has most of the programmers or developers are attracted towards Python. They're migrating towards Python because of its very less coding, right? Very less coding. Simple syntaxes, they look like normal English statements. Simple syntaxes given by Python, they look like normal English statements. Interactive mode, we can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement it gives response, right? Yes. Interactive mode given by Python, simple syntax is given by Python, very less coding, multi-programming features, multi-programming features, wide varieties of applications creations, wide varieties of applications creations. Means any type of applications, wide varieties of applications creation means any type of applications like automation applications, web applications, data science applications, big data applications, scientific applications, numerical analysis, for desktop applications, for embedded applications, for networking applications. In this way, for wide varieties of applications you can develop today by using Python. Many built-in libraries, right? Yes. Many built-in libraries. 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got for different environments, right? Yes. And it's a general purpose programming. It is a general purpose programming. Any kind of applications you can develop. It is not for a particular purpose. Yes, it's a high level language. It's a high level language, easily understandable. High level language, right? Python has a high level language and platform independent. Platform independent. Platform independent means it can run on any platform, any operating system. It can run on any machine or any operating system. Interpreted language. Interpreted language. And supports all major databases. Okay, so these are the reasons which makes Python super popular, right? So here you can see very less coding, simple syntaxes, interactive mode, multi-programming features, wide varieties of applications creations, many built-in libraries, thousands of modules, general purpose programming, high-level, platform independent, portable, independent, supports all major databases. Before I go with the installation of Python, you need to know something about the PSF, Python Software Foundation, right? PSF. This is the Python Software Foundation. PSF. It is a non-profit organization. It is a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. It is a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. It was launched in the year, right? 2001. It is a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. It was launched in the year 2001. The main objective, right, is to foster the development of Python. To foster the development of Python from version to version, right? And 1 second. To foster the development of Python from version to version. Right. In the year 2005, in the year PSF received PSF received Computer World Horizon Award. In the year 2005, PSF received Computer World Horizon Award. The president for this, Guido van Rossum. It was launched in the year 2001 to foster the development of Python. In the year 2005, it received Computer World Horizon Award. Guido van Rossum is the same personality who introduced Python, who developed Python. The same personality is the president for this Python Software Foundation, right? Headquarters. Where are the headquarters located? Headquarters, right? Delaware, Delaware, right? And US. Official website www.python.org. www. Okay, Delaware US official website python.org, right? Yes. So it is a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. It was launched in the year 2001. Objective to foster the development of Python from version to version. In the year 2005, it received Computer World Horizon Award. President Bodo Van Rossum. Headquarters Delaware, US. Official website python.org. Next is, before I go with the installation, you need to know something about the Python versions. Python versions, what is? Python 1.x was released in the year 1989. Next, like Python 2.x. Python 2.x means like Python 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. The first two version was released in the year 2000. The version what we are using currently is the Python 3 version, right? 3.x. It was released in the year 2008. Latest version of Python. Latest version of Python, right? Latest version of Python. Python 3.12. Python 3.12. Stable version of Python. Stable version of Python, right? Yes. Python 3.11. Stable version is nothing but mostly used version. Yes. Now Python installation. Now see this Python installation. Right? Yes. Before I install Python, I'll go to the start programs, settings, within the settings, right? Apps, scroll down to the bottom, scroll down to the bottom, right? Yes. Python 3.12.5. Click it. Uninstall this Python. I'm uninstalling this, right? So I'll again reinstall it. I'm uninstalling it again. I'll reinstall it. So Python is going to provide different softwares for different environments. For Windows, for Linux, and for Mac OS, it is going to provide different softwares. For Linux, no need of any installation. By default, Python comes as inbuilt within this Linux operating system. But for Windows and for Mac OS, we are supposed to install. We are supposed to install, right? Yes. For Windows, Python is providing two softwares. For Windows, Python is providing two softwares. For 32-bit Windows and 64-bit Windows. How will you check whether your Windows is a 32-bit or 64-bit? Let the installation go. At the bottom, you can see this File Explorer. Go to this File Explorer. Check this PC. This PC, right? Right click on this PC. Properties. Right click on this PC. Properties. Can you see here? It's clearly saying 64-bit operating system. 64-bit operating system type. What is that? 64-bit operating system. If it is showing 32-bit there, your 32-bit means you are supposed to download 32-bit Python software. So just check. Okay, now if you are using Windows 10 or Windows 11, most of the time it will be 64. But if you are using older versions, of Windows like 3.7, 3.8, right? Yes. So uninstallation was successful. Close it. Now open Chrome browser, right? Open Chrome browser, right? What is the official website for Python? What is the official website for Python? www.python.org. Whenever you say python.org, you'll see within this downloads folder, you can see downloads folder. In that, all releases you can click. Whenever you click all the releases, scroll down, right? Yes. Scroll down, still scroll down, right? See, select 3.12.5. It was released in the year August 6, 2024. Just if you see like 22 days back, it was released. Just click it. This version gets opened. Latest version, right? 3.12.5. Scroll down to the bottom of the page. Scroll down to the bottom of the page. Here you can see when if you have got Mac OS 64-bit universal installer. Windows for 64-bit you need to select it, for 32-bit you need to select it. So click this Windows installer 64-bit. Your download is going to start. Click it, your download starts. Your download started and completed, right? Just 25.3 MB of size. 25.3 MB of size, right? Yes. So click this, okay. Click this, right? And say run. You can see this, right? Whenever you open that .exe file, whenever you open the .exe file, you will get this. Don't immediately go for installation. At the bottom, check, click this add Python to path variable of OS. Add Python to path variable of OS. Go for customize installation. Go for what? Customize installation, right? Yes. Go for customize installation, documentation, pip, ideally Python test suite. Just say next. Nothing to, already everything are selected. Now everything is selected, right? Nothing to say next. Here, see the installation location. Installation location. Here also nothing to select. All everything are pre-selected. So where you want to install, see that where by default where it is getting installed in C, in users, in Lenovo, app data, local, programs, Python 3.12, right? So it's it gets installed under this subdirectories. You need to enter into these many subdirectories, right? Yes. Just remove all this, right? Remove all this. Just within the C drive, yes, just within the C drive, within this Python 3.12, you want to install with just within the C drive, within this Python 3.12, yes, you want to install it. Once again, I repeat. Okay, just observe this. Which is the official website for Python? Python.org. Whenever you click this python.org, within this downloads folders, all releases, in that all releases, don't go for active Python releases. Don't go for active Python releases. Looking for a specific release. Looking for a specific release. Looking for a specific release. Okay. 3.12.5. This is the latest version of Python. Just click this 3.12.5. Then just scroll down to the bottom and select Windows installer 64-bit, right? If it is Mac OS, select this Mac OS 64-bit. Click this Windows installer 64-bit. Yes. Download completed. Click this exe file. Otherwise, go to the downloads folder and click it. All right. Now you can see install Python. Install now. Customize location. See, immediately don't go for installation. At the bottom, adding Python to path variable of OS, right? So like unlike Java programming, we no need to add this path. We need to set the path explicitly. Directly, if you click this, select it, automatically your path is set. Your path will be added to your python.exe will be added to path variable of, and nothing to select. Go for customize installation. Go for customize installation. Right. Here nothing to select, everything are selected. Documentation, pip, ideally, Python test suite, file launcher, everything are selected. Right? Say next. Now, where you are, okay, they here also nothing to select. Everything are pre-selected. And here, where it is getting installed by default. In C, in users, Lenovo, app data, local, programs, Python, Python 3.12. Instead of providing this much big path, tomorrow if you want to locate where your Python is installed, it is too difficult, right? So remove this big path. Just remove this big path and install Python within this C drive, Python 3.12 folder. Just install within this Python 3.12 folder. So within this Python 3.12 folder, let's say the Python is going to get installed. Means within the tree drive, a folder with the name Python 3.12 is going to get created automatically. Into that Python is going to get installed. Say install. Hardly it takes 30 seconds for installing Python. Not even a minute. Takes 30 seconds for installing Python. Okay, almost done with the installation, right? Almost done with the installation, right? Now, once it is successfully installed, let us check whether it is properly installed or not. Whether it is properly installed or not, right? Yes. Yes, it is successfully installed. Now, accordingly, select the Python version. If it is Mac OS, Python, see here you can see Mac OS 64-bit universal installer is there. You can select it. All right. Now, 1 second. I'm closing this. Close it. At the bottom, touch panel, type CMD and press enter to go to the command prompt. To go to the command prompt and type Python here. Whenever you type Python here, the Python version what we have installed has to be displayed. The Python version has to be displayed and the Python interpreter has to be opened. Python version, the Python interpreter, right? Any valid Python statements, right? 3 plus 6. X is 10. No need to give the data types. Y is 5. X plus Y. X minus Y. X into Y. X by Y. X into 2. X to the power of 2. X equal to hello. X into 3 prints hello for 3 times. X into 5 hello for 5 times, right? Quit. You say quit, it will come out of this interpreter, right? So here, when you can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives a response. So anybody working in the Linux environment, if you want the latest version, by default, you see Python as inbuilt within the Linux operating system. But if you want the latest version of Python to be installed in that Linux machine, use this command, right? Everything you need to install from the root user, sudo apt-get install, right? Python 3.12. So this command is going to install this latest version of Python in a Linux machine, right? Yes. This Python installation, right? Yes. So here Python installation, go to, so just go to python.org. Within this python.org, go to downloads. In that all releases, in this downloads or within this all releases, go to specific releases. Go to specific Python specific releases. Within that, select a Python 3.12.5. Within that, open it. Select Windows installer. 64-bit. It downloads. Now installation, right? Installation. Click that. Exe file. After clicking this Python 3.12.5.exe file, right? Add python.exe to path. Go for customize. Go for customize installation. Select the location. Location, right? C :/python 312 install. Okay. For installing in a Linux machine. Now, coming back, Python execution modes. Python execution modes. Two modes of execution. Two modes of execution, right? Interactive mode. Second is batch mode. Interactive mode and batch mode. Here we directly type. Here we directly type Python statements on the interpreter. Here we directly type Python statements on the interpreter. And the user can easily interact. Here we directly type Python statements on the interpreter, and the user can easily interact with Python statement by statement. Okay, what is the advantage of this interactive mode? What is the advantage of the interactive mode means if it doesn't know about any Python functionalities, you can type in check, right? What output it is going to provide based on this, you can easily analyze, right? Advantage to test the functionalities of Python. To test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python and to learn Python. To test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python. Advantage to test the functionalities and for learning Python. Batch mode. See, generally for developing applications, this interactive mode won't work. This interactive mode won't work. We need to go for batch mode. We need to go for batch mode, right? Here, batch mode. Here we write set of statements. Here we write set of statements within the editors or IDEs. We write a set of statements within the editors or IDEs and save it by using .py extension, by using .py extension, and later submitting to Python. Here we write a set of statements within the editors or IDs, save it by using a .py extension and later submitting to Python. What are the various editors and what are the various IDEs? IDEs means integrated development environments. Various editors, where we can write the Python code. Various editors where we can write the Python code. Within the notepad, within the edit plus, within the notepad we can write the Python code, within the edit plus, within the VI, and within the nano editors. Within the VI and nano editors for Linux environment, these two are for Windows environment. So within the notepad or within the edit plus, we can write the Python code and create a .py file, right? Yes. Within the VI and nano, right? Yes. And what are the various IDEs? Various IDEs. Various IDEs, right? Right. So within the, what are the various IDEs supported by Python? Various IDEs supported by Python. PyCharm, PyCharm, PyDev, Komodo, PyCharm, PyDev, Komodo, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, PyCharm, PyDev, Komodo, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, Jupyter Notebook, and VS Code. These are the various IDEs supported by Python. PyCharm, PyDev, Komodo, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, Jupyter Notebook, and VS Code. These are the various IDs. These are the various IDs supported by Python. Among all this, PyCharm is the mostly used. PyCharm is the mostly used IDE. Okay. Writing the first. Writing the first. Otherwise, you can say developing the first Python application within a editor, example, right? Notepad. Among all this, we may ask why these many IDs for Python? Why not one or two? So Python is used for different environments. Different environments uses different IDs. Different environments uses different IDs, right? Yes. PyCharm, PyDo. So data science. If you talk about data science, right, they use a Spider and Jupyter Notebook is the mostly preferred. Even for big data, Jupyter Notebook and Spider is mostly preferred. And for typical web application, PyCharm is mostly preferred. VS Code is preferred. In this way, different uh, different environments use different IDs. So I'm going to show you on different IDs, not on a single ID. So PyCharm, Spider, Jupyter, VS Code, all these IDs I'll be discussing. Step by step, how to download, how to install, how where to write the code, how to execute the code, everything I'll be discussing. Now developing the first Python application within an editor, right? Example like Notepad, example like Notepad, within the Notepad, right? Developing the first Python application within an editor. Open Notepad, type the following. Open Notepad and type the following Python statements. Open Notepad and type the following Python statements. See, as of now, we didn't discuss anything related to Python. Just I'll take two values, 10 and 20. 10 and 20. Print x plus y. Print x minus y. Print x into y. Print x by y. Just I am writing this Python x plus y, x minus y, x into y, and finally saying x by y. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, right? Yes. X plus y, x minus y, x into y, and x by y. Just copy this to a separate notepad file. Let's copy this to a separate notepad file, right? I'm copying this to a separate notepad file. Paste it. X is 10, y is 20, print x plus y, x minus y, x into y, right? Just taking two values, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division within the notepad. I'm saving, save. So within this PC, I'm creating a folder, Python 7 p.m. batch. Within that, I'm saving, right? Yes. Sample1 dot py with the dot py extension, right? Yes. Save as sample1 dot py, save as sample1 dot py, and now submit this file. Save as sample1 dot py, and now submit this file to Python as. Submit this file to Python as, right? Yes. Go to the command prompt. Go to the command prompt. Yes. Type Python. Don't say enter. If you say enter, it will go to interactive mode. And specify the path where your Python is available. Slash Python within the 7 p.m. batch, right? Python 7 p.m. batch. Within the 7 p.m. batch, sample1 dot py, sample1 dot py. Say enter. So 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20. Just observe this. So Python and provide this entire path. Provide this entire path. Right? Yes. 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, and 10 by 20. Okay. So here, what is your observation? Just observe this. Just type Python and give specify the path in which drive and in which folder and what is the file name. Specify this to Python. Right. So here, what is your observation? Here we are writing the code. We are writing the code at one place. We are writing the code at one place within the notepad. And executing at the other place. And executing at the other place. Command prompt. We are writing the code at one place and executing at the other place. Within the command prompt. But to write and execute, but to write and execute at the same place. But to write and execute at the same place, we have IDLE. But to write and execute at the same place, we have IDLE, which comes along with Python installation. Which comes along with the Python installation. Using which we can write at the same place. We have ideally which comes along with Python installation, using which we can write and execute at the same place. We can write and execute at the same place, right? Yes. So how to open this ITLA and where to write the code and how to write? Just check this. I'm writing the same code. I'll take the same code. Take two values, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Copy. Now see how to open this IDLA means at the bottom search panel. Type IDLE, Integrated Development Learning Environment. Can you see now? IDLE Python 3.12. Yes, say enter. Now the Python shell is going to be opened. Now can you see Python 3.12? The Python, this is the Python shell where you can, it is open in interactive mode. Any valid statements you can type in interact, right? But I doesn't want interactive mode, batch mode. So here file, new file, you say file, new file. Write your code and execute the code here itself. Writing the code here itself and executing the code, right? Run here itself. Writing code and run here itself. But before that, you need to save your file. Save it. So within the C drive, in the Python 7 p.m. batch, sample2.py, sample2.py. Run, run module, 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20, right? Yes, you can write the code and you can execute the code here itself in this way, right? Okay, 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20, right? Yes. So in this way, we can write the code here itself. See, running it, run module, we can say. 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, and 10 by 20. Writing and executing the code here itself. Understood, right? So what we have discussed today, right? Yes. So reasons which makes Python as what these are the features. Python software foundation. These are the Python software PSF, Python versions, Python installation, Python execution modes, two modes, interactive mode and batch mode, different editors and IDEs supported Python. Developing the first Python application within a editor, right? And working with IDLE, right? So in this way, can everyone try to install Python? So just check this installation of Python. Okay. Python can be installed in anything, right? Windows, Linux, Mac OS, any of this. And if you've got a smartphone, right? Even within the smartphone, you can install Python. Go to the Play Store, type Python IDE. Many IDs you'll be getting. Any one you can select. We can write the code and execute the code within the smartphone itself. For example, QPython 3. Okay, fine. Next is like whenever I define data types, what happens internally when I define some data types, right? Whenever I define some value, how to print the value, how to print the type, how to print the address, right? What happens internally, right? Yes. Tomorrow also everyone can attend the session, same time, 7 p.m. using the same link. But from day after tomorrow, the link will be changed. Tomorrow, you people can attend, you can check, right? We'll be going with some programming part. Tomorrow we'll go with some programming part, right? Yes. From tomorrow, like we'll be starting at sharp 7 p.m. and set 8 p.m. I said the timings of the batch for the first 1 week to 10 days will be at 7 p.m. Later it will be at, it starts at 8 p.m. But yes, for Python core and advanced, we'll be spending nearly 70 hours, 2 months duration, and for full stack, it's totally 140 hours, 4 months is the duration, right? Any queries you got? Yes, can you see? Um, Today's class also, right? You can see in the chart, right? A big message is given. You can see a demo video. If anyone missed yesterday's class, right? You can see the demo video in the YouTube. You can see, and from day after tomorrow onwards, from the session one onwards, all the videos you will be seeing in your Google Drive. From day after tomorrow, you will be seeing. Then you will be getting the notes to your Gmail, and a WhatsApp group will be created, right? A day after tomorrow, everything, right? Assignments and tasks will be provided. Can we have the classes from 8 p.m.? See, yes, Ganendra, right? So for the first 1 week, it will be at 7 p.m. Later, it will be at 8 p.m. Right? Ganendra, right? Yes. It will be first 1 week. It will be at 7 p.m. Later, it will be 8 p.m. up to the end of the course, right? So before you go with the payment process, right? I'm intimating the timings, right? And any other queries, right? Everyone try to install it, download and install it. Okay, yes. Weekend batches for Python, it's not available. Yes. So yes. For frameworks, it is available. For frameworks like Django framework, UI technologies, all the things. Weekend classes are available for that. Window for Python, right? Only weekdays from Monday to Friday. Okay, fine. Yes. So there is no prerequisites for learning the course, right? Everything from the scratch, ground level to the advanced level, everything I'll be discussing. There is total course duration will be 4 months or more than that. So Amit Kumar, right? It will be around 4 months, right? If I'm running out of time, I'll be taking some bigger sessions. I'll be pre-intimating the timings, right? Yes. So yes, Wasima Sultana, right? So daily 1 hour class from Monday to Friday. Some days, some Saturdays I'll be taking. Not all the Saturdays, some Saturdays I'll be taking. Yes. Okay. Once you can go to the course content, right? How brief, how depth we are discussing about this Python basics, Python operations, Python modes and executions, operators, IDs, flow control statements, looping statements, strings, collections, Python lists, tuples, sets, dictionaries, functions in Python, models in Python, packages, errors and exception, file handling, object-oriented programming concepts, regular expressions, Python database connections, Python date and time, operating system module, advanced concepts, iterator, generator, closures, decorators, working with CSV, XML, JSON files, GUI programming, graphic programming, Excel workbook, data analytics, introduction to data science, Pandas module in brief, Python NumPy module in brief, Python Matplotlib module in brief. These 30 topics for Python Core and Advanced, 70 hours, 2 months, 6,000 is the course fee. Apart from that, people who wants to go for full stack, Django framework will be discussed in brief with 15 to 20 applications we'll be creating, web frameworks, the Django application creations, the Django views, the Django templates, admin models, UI technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, MySQL database. Apart from this, one more framework like Flask framework is going to be discussed, and REST API. REST API will be discussed, right? Yes. Fine. For the total full stack, right, it is 12,000, right? As a package, if you are taking. For Python, it is 6,000, right? Yes. Fine. So tomorrow also everyone can attend the session, same time, using the same link to see more discussion on this, right? Tomorrow we'll be seeing some programming part, right? You can just check. Any other queries, right? Yes. Okay. If I'm done with the queries, if there are no other queries, I will sign off for now and meet you tomorrow, same time at 7 p.m. using the same link. Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Good night.